8 financial goals to hit before you're age 35. I just had my 35th birthday a few days ago, and I am really happy with the place that I've gotten to financially. And so for those of you who are at least a week younger than me or under 35, these are the goals that I would love to see you working toward before you hit that age if you want to be on track to be very wealthy throughout your life. So number one is maybe a little bit different than what you would expect, but be on a path to be one of the best in your field. I feel like this is actually an incredibly important financial goal because your highest income earning years are gonna be in your 40s and 50s where you're at the top of your field. You have the most experience of everyone out there. And if you're not on a path to becoming one of the best in your field, you're going to miss out on some of the best income for your entire life. And so one of the problems that can cause this is switching careers too often or not doing the education that you need in order to be in a place that you could possibly get there when you're younger. And so how can you get into a place where you are at least on a path to becoming one of the best in your field? If you're a home painter, then that probably means that you are running your own company now and you're starting to gather a team so that you can build out your business. If you work for a corporation, is there a degree that's missing right now that you're going to need to get if you want to have one of the higher paying jobs, be one of the experts in your field at your corporation? Are you working in a company where there is even a growth path for you to improve in your income and to become really valuable in that company over time? Or are you in a dead-end job? By the age of 35, I want you to get to the place where there is at least that path to becoming that. Okay, number two, be in a place to earn $100,000 a year. Obviously, what you do depends on you and your career path and your needs and a lot of other things, but you just can't plan on earning $45,000 a year for your whole career and expect to have a retirement and the things that you're going to need for your family. We see surveys of people's happiness at different income levels, and it's around the $100,000 mark in the United States where people's happiness stops improving because of the money that they have. Lower than that, there's just a lot more stress in life. And so I want you to be on a path to get to that $100,000 a year soon, if not now. Everyone's path is different, but I really want you to have at least that goal to get there at some point. Okay, number three, have a credit score of 0 and have your credit frozen. If you haven't frozen your credit, you can check my video on what exactly that is and what it entails. But by the age of 35, you've got to get under the crushing weight of debt. If you still have debt, especially from student loans and things like that, again, it's going to be hard to be saving up to get where you want to be for retirement and just a life where you can enjoy being with your family and doing some of the things you want to. And so by 35, make a plan so that you can be fully out of debt. I decided to do this early. As soon as I got out of law school, my wife and I had $90,000 in student loan debt, and we absolutely punched the crap out of it until we got that thing done. For more of that, check my book, Work Energy. In Work Energy, I talk about how I was in school. For living in a hotel, we had nothing. We were super poor, and how I've become a multimillionaire now before 35. So check out my book, Work Energy. It's not really a get-rich-quick book at all. It's more about the motivation and mindset and kind of self-development you need to get there. Okay, next, have 2 passive income sources by the age of 35. Passive income is so incredibly important to gain wealth because, for a lot of people, you might have a great day job, but, if you can be earning money on Saturdays and in the middle of the night and different things, that just makes such a big difference. And so that could be from simply investing in stocks, that's totally passive income, or a rental property. Or for me, it's been building online businesses that while I spend a lot of time actively building those businesses, if I were to go on vacation for a month and then I earn the exact same amount the money keeps coming in. And if I were to leave it for 2 years, that's going to taper off for sure. But passive income is really important to building wealth, especially today. All right, have $50,000 in investment savings at least. I want you to be saving for retirement. Max out that IRA every single year. Make that one of your most important financial goals as soon as you're out of debt. Next, own reliable cars outright. It's just frustrating and it can be difficult to get ahead if you're dealing with transportation issues. And so own reliable cars for your family and own them outright without any debt. Now, when I say reliable cars, I don't necessarily mean the 2-year-old Tesla, right? That's a nice car. I'm sure it's reliable. But it may be something that costs $6,000 but can get you from point A to point B. Just make sure you own it outright. Next, have an emergency fund. I cannot tell you how important it is to always have a buffer between you and disaster, because it happens all the time that things happen. You need a new roof on the house, your AC goes out in the middle of the summer, your car dies, your laptop dies, and you need it to be earning an income. There's so many things that just happen. And if the only thing between you and disaster is a credit card, you're going to use it. So have an emergency fund. My wife and I, our buffer is $50,000. We keep it in our checking account and we just consider that to be zero. Anytime, when we have $51,000, it means we can spend $1,000. As soon as it hits 50, nobody buys anything. We just consider that to be zero. It's only used in a disaster kind of situation. That's our buffer. And last, have enough margin to be able to enjoy life by 35. I am all about younger people really hustling and sacrificing hard to get where they need to be. I would hope that by 35, you're at a place where you've made enough right decisions and working toward these goals over time that you can start to enjoy some things. If you want to take your family on vacation, maybe you got to save up for it for a while, but you can do it and pay cash for it. If you want to, do some little things with your family, that's okay. When you feel hamstrung for too long and you just don't see the future for getting ahead, that's when people make the disastrous financial decisions. They decide to buy the $60,000 truck on a loan. They decide to go buy the big house that's kind of stretching, but I think we can afford it, honey. They decide to go buy the vacation property or go on a $15,000 vacation with a card. That's when the disasters happen. And so be in a place that you can start to enjoy some things so you don't feel hamstrung your whole life. This channel has so much for you if you're wanting to get ahead and make sure you're on the right path. Financial freedom has been a complete change in our family since we've gotten there. We are happier and much less stress-free. My wife and I just don't even talk about money hardly ever because we can do what we need to do. And so give us a subscribe and you'll see lots more tips from this channel to help you get to the right place.